Hey guys, what's up? Two Real Geeks here today. We're actually here at Oakland Cemetery. It's me, Jess, and Leia today. We're gonna go inside, see what's going on in here. It's actually an old Civil War cemetery that is turned into a park and still a cemetery. So it should be interesting. This is actually the entranceway to the cemetery right now. They do events here. The next coming up event is actually Tunes from the Tombs. Kind of catchy. That's actually June 8th from 12 to 8 p.m. And there goes Leia. So here's a layout of the actual cemetery. I believe we're down here, the Memorial Drive gate to the visitor center. We'll be up towards the middle. Potter's Fields, African American grounds. The original 6 acres would be in this little block right here, and the Confederate Memorial Ground is all in here. Check this out, all down here. This goes way beyond where we can see. Church is all the way that way. This is just a front entrance still. All these here, like I said, you turn around and you actually see the streets of Atlanta out there. Just a random headstone that we come across here. Just want you to see the dates on this. 1877, 1876, 1956, and 1934. So yeah, we're pretty old right now in these cemeteries. Here's some more older tombstones. The one I just showed you actually looks like it was redone. They do restore headstones here. From what I was looking at online earlier, was they actually do give classes on that. You do have, that is a fee to do. Some of these monuments here were actually some of the tallest structures here in Atlanta at the time the cemetery was put up. So coincidentally, I don't know what happened here. What was that, Jess? The trees started rooting around the grave site here. Whoa. All on the ground, tree roots right here. They're actually coming out under the graves here. You know, this has been here a pretty long time. I wonder if this tree was actually here as long as these graves were. It was 1859 to 1935. Is there anything in there? Yeah?
Yep, there's people in there.
Oh yeah? They were placed here in 1913.
Not living people.
I would hope they're not living people. If they were, we're running. That's who they are in there. The stained glass windows are really nice.
Kind of up in the top. I wonder
Yeah.
how old they are.
Well, like I said before, they do restore tombstones here. So there might be a restore of those windows. Hey, you think this was a common thing to have fencing like this around? It's kind of creepy. Look at the remains of an old lock too. Here's some more of the trees coming through the graves again. That's interesting. Wonder if these trees were here before or after. Here's one of the most, well, I can't say most famous, but one of the famous people buried here is Margaret Mitchell. She's author of The Gone with the Wind. There's a couple other famous people here. We'll come across them as we go through. So this building here with the bell tower right up here is actually the visitor center. Come along here. do a plant sale here in April. This little fountain actually got fish in here. Little goldfish right in there. It's a little rainy day fountain. I think they need it more down here in Georgia for the sun instead of the rain.
I don't know, there's like, people, graves,
They're stacked up in there.
Yeah. But then there's like, see the pine trees on the inside? And then there's some more.
Like the reef?
Is that what that's supposed
I think it's supposed to be a reef.
I don't know. And then there's more like laid up in the back with pears sitting on it.
Yeah. Cemetery squirrel. Climbing a tree. Jess just noticed this. She's down at the pillow thing. But you said the mother. It's just a little creepy. I don't know. That's a little
psycho.
Just a little psycho, yeah. I don't know. That's just a little creepy too. The little tree behind it too.
Yeah, I don't know if it blooms sometimes.
I don't know.
Just cut it down. I don't know.
It looks like it's freshly cut. No, just this. Just out of the bottle, huh? Here. You want water?
Let it drink.
Hey, the water. Come on. Stop being nosy and drink your water. Here. You want more?
I think she's good. She had enough. I'm just gonna make a mess. Hi. Hi.
This here is actually a monument for all the dead Confederate soldiers. I'm going to take a look over to my right here in a second. This is actually, I believe, a field of all the Confederate soldiers from the war. Here we go. So, all this here, going all the way down to the end of the cemetery here. And then on the other side of the wall, behind that tree right over there, is actually Memorial Drive. So on each one of these graves here for the Confederates, you look on like right here, say 30th Mississippi Infantry. I don't give a date on them. Some of them they do, but they definitely do tell you what they were from. Again, more of the trees growing around the graves, uprooting over here. I don't know what Jess is finding over here. What'd you find?
Freaky weird pine cones that grow on this tree.
That is a little weird. Came across another one of the famous graves for legendary golfer Bobby Jones. Let's take a notice. The old drainage system from when they probably first put the roads in here is actually still in here. Hey, so check this out, guys. If you're actually looking for a bite to eat when you're here in the cemetery, it's kind of creepy, but you got the 6 feet under restaurant right across the street from here. Alright, here's a question. Who would put knockers? Wow, that's creepy. There's actually an echo coming from inside this tomb too. Who would put knockers on a tomb? I'm kind of afraid to do this, but we're going to. Oh man. I don't know what we just did, but we're gonna back away from this fastly. There's another one of the famous burial sites. Is the first African mayor of Atlanta. Alright guys, that concludes our tour of Oakland Cemetery. Definitely gonna get on back here. There's a lot more in here that we have to cover and see. Yeah, well, definitely without Leia. She's just running around trying to get into everything.
I'll definitely come back here with her too.
Why would you come back with her?
Because she loved it. It was a great place for her to like run around. A lot of places to sit down if she needs to rest.
Right.
You know, not that she needs a special place to sit down if she needs to rest, obviously.
Yeah,
They're just kind of plopping you.
Yeah.
But no, a lot of shade, a lot of like, you know, different stuff to sniff out. Like, it's a great place for her.
You can take your
like walk through.
You can take your time, walk through. Here's one thing though: if you're going to bring your dog to Oakland Cemetery, make sure they're on a leash because they do have a strict leash rule in the cemetery.
Yeah, and you know, bring water.
Yeah.
For them.
That's the other thing too, is bring water, like Jess just said.
It's a lot of walking, you know, and it's hot.
Right, and there is nowhere in there to buy water or water fountains that we saw of on this trip. So, with that said, we're gone out of here. We'll see you guys later.